Today for Black History Month, we salute music and entertainment visionary Gordy Jr. Born in 1929 in Detroit, his post-high school career included 2 years in the Army and short stints as an assembly line worker and a featherweight boxer before he began his time in the music industry, opening a fledgling jazz record store and working with an area music club. In the late 1950s, he became friends with aspiring rhythm and blues singer Jackie Wilson and helped him write, record, and produce several hit singles, the success of which, along with a loan from a family co-op, helped him launch a new record company in 1959 that would be renamed and incorporated as Motown Records in 1960. Gordy moved the headquarters of Motown Records into a 2-story flat in Detroit, with the first story serving as a recording studio and business office and the second as his residence. This iconic studio, famously known as Hitsville, USA, would produce hit after hit, making Motown the most influential and successful record company of the 1960s, and helping launch the careers of many of the biggest African-American artists of the decade, including The Temptations, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and Jackson 5. But perhaps no Motown artist was more celebrated or adored than one of his first signees, Diana Ross and her group, The Supremes. Gordy's careful coaching of his young musical talents, as well as his tireless entrepreneurial spirit, helped land many of these stars on the leading talk shows and radio stations across the country, and later around the world. This would help not only spread the popularity of many Black American artists, but also help to break down many of America's toughest racial barriers as the civil rights movement was sweeping across the country. Gordy helped the movement more explicitly too, producing and releasing a number of speeches of Martin Luther King Jr. Following its success of the 60s, Motown had expanded to have offices in New York City, London, and Los Angeles, and in 1972 moved most of its operations to the West Coast to get into the movie industry as well, launching with the film Lady Sings the Blues, a biographical film about Billie Holiday starring Diana Ross and Richard Pryor, and helping launch the career of Billy Dee Williams. Gordy sold Motown Records in 1988 to retire for the handsome price of $61 million, and while he no longer plays a direct role with the iconic company he founded, he still champions its music and the promotion of its Black artists. Gordy has received numerous awards and accolades, including the American Music Lifetime Achievement Award, induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the National Medal of the Arts Award, which he received from President Obama.
In the name of love.